This week on Tupike, we delve into Kenya's cuisine from the Kisii culture.
My recipes are mostly influenced, one, with the type of clientele. Yeah, one thing that I can't miss in my kitchen is turmeric. I'm not a chef without having a team that is solid behind me. Course. So what I've done, I've really played with the ingredients. So for the starter, I have a plantain. A plantain now is becoming common also in Kenya, but plantain grows well in Uganda and also grows well in Tanzania. They call it gonja. We have avocado. Avocado is very popular. You get avocado growing well in Kisii, my hometown. You'll have avocado growing well in Meru. And then there's the one that now we're exporting to outside called the Hass. So that one I'll use to make a guacamole. And then I'll have a coconut crammed fish, tilapia fish. So the coconut comes from a bit of, it's popular in Kenya. You can get it easily from the coast. So it's a bit of mixing a bit of the coastal flavors, a bit of the lakeside, and then where you can get it from either Nyanza region, Kisii, or from Mount Kenya region. Avocados, you can get it everywhere. And then the plantain. I'll make also a dish for chicken dish, is a coconut chicken with some spinach and ugali in coconut. I'm going to use plantain or gonja, salt, pepper, desiccated coconut, flour, egg, butter, garlic, avocado, soy, chopped onions, blended tomatoes, micro herbs, chopped dania, spinach, edible flowers, tilapia fillet, and tomato, and finally chicken breast. I'm going to wear my gloves. It's very important as a food safety to ensure that you wear your gloves. Also, it's very important before any other step that you wash your hands. So I'm going to start with my fish, a tilapia fillet. I have a lot of mentors. Reaching where I am today, I look at different people in different aspects. Some are still alive, some passed on. So I'll start with the ones who passed on. Was my lecturer, totally, the late Julius Sang, who's our food production teacher, our lecturer. So he's the one who introduced us now to have that professional approach into this. I have chefs who brought me up. There's a chef still working at Neptune called Siwa. He's the one who welcomed me into the industry. I have Chef Felix, he's the owner for Top Chefs. is the one who also gave me the opportunity to go train at HRM and also gave me a lot of exposure. I've been in a position to mentor a lot. I've lectured, not only lecturing, also mentored a lot of upcoming chefs. I know they're out there. They know me very well when they see the face. Unfortunately, I'm not so much active on the social media that I could have tagged that along. But by name, Chef Timo, they know where to get me, and also others around, others cruise ship, others in Middle East. To season it, so I'll need a bit of some salt. I'll need a bit of some pepper. I'll need a bit of some garlic that has been finely chopped. I'll need just a touch of light soy. I've opened places, big places, and being entrusted, especially like resources, making key decisions that we have to move this way. We have to purchase some equipment worth values of money. One of it is in Sudan. Unfortunately, what happened to their country, but there was something that was massive that we had. I was part of the team that was entrusted in terms of the kitchen side, so we really did a lot. It was worth millions of shillings. Also, we were entrusted. I was part of the team that opened like Nairobi Street Kitchen. It is something that we can look at it and say, okay, I was part and parcel when it was growing up. And now to Holiday Inn, when it was changing from City Lodge to Holiday Inn, they trusted me and I've been given the role as the executive chef. So those among others that I've done also some on my private, different consulting services that have really worked well, not only for me, but also for the person who's trusted me with that project. All my life, I'm a firm believer of being friendly, but in terms of administration, I believe you have to be firm and friendly. So when you bring, looking at what is happening in the society, people they really undergo a lot. Not unless you've not intermingled or seen what is happening in the society, you'll just be like, it is my way or the highway. So I try most of the time to interact with my staff so that you really understand what makes them to wake up, come to work in the morning, what keeps them moving, if they have any challenge. So from having you understand that, especially as a leader, you're able to now direct all the energies to ensure that targets given are achievable. Then I'll need some flour, normal wheat flour. If someone is allergic to gluten, which is normally found in wheat, you can use corn flour instead. And then we'll also need our desiccated coconut. So the process is normally called the breading process. You pass it into the flour and then you dust it into the egg. From the egg, also you ensure that you give it and into the desiccated. So after this, you also dust, just put so that it doesn't stick. So you can also give it a bit of a pat so that it sticks. We'll also make a dish that will go with it. From my background in Kisii, we use a lot of matoke, but today I've decided to use plantain, which is now becoming more common in the market, and also is a good source for people who are not using potatoes or gluten-free. And we bring it to a boil until it's soft, and then we're going to mash it. I normally ensure that we get feedback. I can get feedback from myself, from the service team, or at times also ensuring that the buffet attendant, the chef who is at the buffet, gets a feedback or maybe even a recommendation. Or I preferred the fish that you cooked yesterday, or this other chicken that you made the other day, or I don't prefer a chicken on bone, I prefer boneless.
Very heavy. We can leave it to cool. Then we'll need a stainless steel cutter.
And the different cuisines that maybe have inspired me. Maybe it can be an African, an Italian, an Indian, Mexican approach, a Thai approach. Because at the end of the day, most of the food, the way we cook, is nearly
spices I'm going to use, they cook very fast. That is curry powder, cooks very fast. Turmeric also cooks very fast, and they tend to burn. And also cumin. So when placing them, you have just to mix quickly to avoid avoiding them to burn, and also to avoid them to become bitter.
Today, I'm still learning, and the journey continues.
So not so much fat, just giving it a nice color. So I transfer the sauce inside. Just very low heat now, transfer it to very low heat so that it doesn't overcook the breasts. So we're going to make our ugali dish. So this one is the main course, our ugali, our chicken, and then our spinach.
What makes me relevant and still competitive in the market is doing a lot of research. You should love also this job a lot. The job will love you back.
Ugali is just bland. It's just maize, maji, finished. So it depends. So my inspiration came from looking at Italian dishes. There's a dish similar to ugali called polenta. So you'll find polenta is more spiced. Wanaiongezanga flavors mingi, cheese, stock, salt, pepper, olive oil, etc. So why can't we do it with our ugali as well, so that at least ukipatanga watu wa siku hizi wapendi ugali hivyo sana. So the more you flavor it, the more also it can go a long way. I know, don't be that conservative. You can also try a bit. So this one has some coconuts. So allow it to come to a boil. Then just a similar way we are preparing our ugali. Now our spinach, our sorted spinach. So we're going to present our main course. So my choice of plate is this. There are so many plates you can get. So Plating pia, it depends with the art that one has, and at times it can be a standard in a restaurant, in a hotel, etc, based with the chef may decide ni hivi. Home pia unaweza